You failed. I think the people, all of us here, have failed because we're not listening to the right information. From what I've known about you, what I like about you is the things that you speak about are all about, we could do this or we could do that, we're doing this. You're not trying to dictate your own personal preferences or ideologies. You're trying to explain that this is what you could have with what we've got here, and instead this is what we have. And I want to thank you so much for being one of the people who are bringing that about. And we're definitely going to keep in contact with you.
We appreciate you guys very much.
And stay informed about what you have to say and push people to listen to you, because there's a lot of great things that can happen simply by people being willing to do it. And Greg and I, we've been watching things for years here, and we decided, let's just try this thing and get people to talk, to become aware. And with social media, exponentially, word can get around where people begin to have the conversation of, you know, what am I really doing? What do I really know? What is possible as a citizen? And if they can begin to see there's a whole realm of possibilities that are readily available, they've never explored, they can find ways to implement in a small amount of time some important participation in their own life.
That's right.
And they're just not doing it.
They're just not doing it. But you see, you guys have started the movement to get that done. And your movement, my mission, we're steeped in the Constitution and our Judeo-Christian values. And so this is a start, and we'll keep it going. I'm going to become more active again on Facebook. I've been really busy backfilling after being gone, running for governor. Your business, my company's kind of got a little bit out of shape, and things are coming back together well. And so I've been very busy with that, but I'm going to start speaking out again and posting on Facebook and writing op-ed pieces around the state.
Good. Many people that we know in Riverton, that's where we're from, are aware of the things that you've said and places you've been and the ideas you present, and there's a more than overwhelming favorable, you know, people are favorable and beginning to understand, you know, this guy's talking about what we can do. We can do. It's about us. Right. It's not about me being some great guy. They just need to see that we's got to be a real thing. Yeah. Because we are.
Yeah, we has to be a real thing. And it's as much self-defense for myself and my family as it is for everybody else. And the only possible fix is the Constitution.
Absolutely.
The only possible fix. And that's why we have it.
I look at the 10th Amendment as being our most seamless way of reining in that DC government. Is we, as people of Wyoming, we take back our state.
That's right.
You know, you spoke of our natural resources here. Well, what we have now is DC setting policy about how we utilize and extract the monies collected. DC is setting these policies, and they were never granted the authorities to do so.
That's right.
You know, my thoughts are, and I would like to hear your thoughts on my thoughts, is that we have so much coal here in this state, we could power the entire nation for quite a while. Well, why do we not take and start building our own power plants right here in the state of Wyoming and get in the business of selling electricity to anybody who wants to tap in and buy it?
Okay. That's an excellent idea, and I have not only had that thought, I've visited with people in the power industry. Their roadblock is politics. In other words, California says they don't want coal-fired power, and other people don't want coal-fired power. And remember, early on, I talked about an education program and a PR program so that people understand that CO2 is not a pollutant. Without CO2, there are no green growing things. Without green growing things, we all starve to death.
Yes, we do.
People that don't know that and haven't been taught that in school should look up the principle of photosynthesis.
Yep. Fifth grade.
Should look up photosynthesis. We are a carbon-based life form on a carbon-based planet and system. The green trees, growing plants, make the oxygen that we breathe, and they need to ingest CO2 in order to do that. And they make the food we eat, they make the food that the animals are raised to sell eat. So CO2 is not a pollutant, it's a nutrient. but they attack that because they can tax it. Now, I'm in favor of all forms of power, but your point about coal, the Lord God himself put that coal in the ground. He didn't make a mistake. He put it there for us to use, right?
Right.
And to use wisely and to be responsible, but he put it there for us to use. And that's what we should do. Your point about selling power is excellent, and I've been visiting with people about many ways to do that, even in this political climate. But the other thing we have to do, with as 560,000 people, we have to build a larger political base throughout the Republic of other natural resource states who have much larger populations and who would work with us if we just take the lead. Because we're the big dog. We're the big dog on the block in natural resources and coal.
Yes, we are.
So we should be the leader in defending, protecting, and promoting this industry.
But should people in California be electing representatives to dictate how we're doing our business here in Wyoming? No, they should not.
What we need to teach the people in California is that without our coal, it gets very hot, dark in Southern California.
Yeah.
Perhaps the water pumps don't work.
Exactly.
And it gets very cold and dark in the Northeast and in Cleveland without our coal. So we need to get those points across in as humane and Christian a manner as we can, but we have to firmly make those points.
Well, I think a big thing that what we're trying to explore with this and bring about is for people to understand their own worth. People think they have the right for this, the right for that, and yet with that comes a responsibility. And if they took the responsibility to not only explore or wonder what's going on, to become actively involved in seeing that it does happen the way they think it should, it could all take place. It's just a matter of that we need to see from the last 40, 50 years of the political nonsense, the gridlock, the back and forth, the addressing this and doing that, all of that type of behavior, that the only way that any of these things that we know should and could happen are possible only through our participation. If we get the people who live in our state, who care about our state, who want to do it for their state as an honor, as something that they love, that they need to see in their state and believe in, and get people like that who want to do it as an honor, not as a job, then you're going to have the results that you want. None of this is impossible. None of this is even that far in the future, should we only become actively involved in our own life.
That's right.
And
actively involved in our own life, using the tools that we already have. We don't have to invent anything. We've got a great Constitution, and we've got, I'm telling you now, I think in Wyoming, we've got a critical mass of people who understand and want their constitutional rights. We just have to be sure they know that now's the time to get out there and go for it. Now's the time to go to work for it. Right?
Absolutely. And that's why we're here today, is just to raise the awareness that, with the population that we have in Wyoming, it doesn't take that many people to make a huge impact.
That's right.
Exactly. Could you imagine if we had 10,000 people standing with us here today? That would be enormous.
We wanted to invite you so people can begin to understand the information's out there, but we also wanted to invite you to let you know that there are people who have listened to what you have to say and agree wholeheartedly, and that if more people were listening to you, a lot of whole people are aware of you. Now, maybe they just weren't paying close enough attention and to understand the reality of the things that you speak about and how readily available all these things actually are, should we only just do that one thing, which is participate.
Participate. And I know that there are a lot of people out there. My email's starting to heat up, and sometimes I get over 100 a day. I'm a country boy, and I can't quite keep up with that. But I'm not ignoring people. And I will start to speak out, and I will start to move, and we'll see what happens for this next election cycle. But people have to understand that I have not quit. I am not moving. I'm not going anywhere. So this is my state. Wyoming people are my people. I belong to them, and they belong to me. And it's been that way ever since I got here.
Good.
I got here, and it felt like I grew up here. This is my culture. I mean, this is my culture. So I didn't quit, guys. I had to go quiet for a while, and now we'll start making a little more noise, but we're going to do things just like you guys are doing. We want to get good information out there, and we want to encourage people. I really do thank you for this opportunity, and when I said when I got here, the honor is all mine, I meant that.
Well, sir, if all of us took 1% of our time, like the percentage of time, just a fraction of the time you've put to try to do something that means something, this world would be just out of this world. It would be fabulous. And it won't take much more than that, because everybody feels this way. We all talk about it and we all complain, but we need to physically just do something. And it's there, and I hope that we could continue to get people to listen to people like yourself and to get them involved, because you're doing the right things, and we appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate you very much. God bless you. God be
bless
with
you
us all.
too.
God bless
Absolutely.
America.
God bless America. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Before you